Sasodi Jaya Guna Deho Dase Jaya Guna Deho Dase Jaya Satsanga Deho He Amare Jaya Satsanga Deho He Amare Jaya Satsanga Ci sangero ashe Harinam Sankirtane Shuni kripa kore Shadavindu diya Tume kripa kore Shadavindu diya Tume kripa kore Shadavindu diya Deho Krishna nama dane Krishna se tomara, Krishna dite para, tomara sakati ache.
Krishna se tomara, Krishna dite para, tomara sakati ache.
Krishna boli
Amito Ganga Krishna Krishna boli
Amito Ganga Krishna Krishna boli Gaitava pace pace Ohe Vaishnava Thakura Doyara Sagara Vedase Karuna Kori Vaishnava Thakura Doyara Sagara Vedase Karuna Kori Vaishnava Thakura Vaishnava Thakura Vaishnava Sagara Vedase Sagara Vaishnava Thakura Doyara Sagara Vaishnava Thakura Doyara Sagara Vedase Karuna Kori Vedase Karuna Kori Vedase Karuna Kori
Vedase Karuna Kori
Hare Krishna. Such a nice bhajan. Yes. Hare Krishna. So I guess we can start. Um, Uttama Radhika Mataji, would you like to lead us in the prayers this time?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Mam Vishnupadaya Krishna Bastaya Bhutle Shivate Gopal Krishna Goswami Prabhupadasya Sahitam Ya Prakasam Viticha Pracharan Kitwana Sadhu Bhagavat Padaya Te Namah Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Bastaya Bhutle Shrimate Bhakti Vedant Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Dev Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण
Hare Krishna. Madan Advait Prabhu, do we have
Yeah,
something?
we can do one quick recap, Prabhuji. Yeah, from last week's reading.
Yes.
I can share my screen. So this is, suppose the link here in the chat, so everybody can join. And we encourage all the devotees to join as much as possible. If you're hesitant to put your name, you can always put the Lord's name. We are all servants of the Lord, so Lord has millions of names, so we can always use one of his names. But yeah, please try to join, and this will help us revise or recollect back on some of the areas that we read in the last week's reading. So let's see, hopefully everybody have the link in the chat, so you can just click on that. We'll just have 5 questions as always. We'll get 15 seconds to answer the question. And okay, so we'll get started. Hopefully others can also join on the way. So like I said, yeah, we'll have 5 questions. First question coming up on the screen. This is a multiple choice, so you just have to pick the right answer. All right, so first question on our screens. So how many percentage of ISKCON success is due to BBT? And Srila Prabhupada entrusted you as Guru Maharaj with this responsibility. Clearly shows how special Guru Maharaj is and how dear he is to Srila Prabhupada. What is the percentage of ISKCON success due to BBT? Wow. Yeah, I really thought 75. Yes, the right answer is 50%. I think this was Anand Prabhu. He mentioned this in his offering to Guru Maharaj during the Vyasa Puja. He mentioned, yeah, 50% of his success is due to BBT. And Srila Prabhupada entrusted this significant responsibility with Gopal Krishna Maharaj, clearly showing how special Guru Maharaj is and how dear he is to Srila Prabhupada. Okay, so the next question is, Srila Prabhupada said ISKCON was his what? So these are 3 fill in the blanks. ISKCON was what, BBT was what, and monies collected was what. He entrusted the most important business of publishing and distributing his books to Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. So the ISKCON, heart, blood, body, and soul. So you have to choose from those options, whichever is the right option. So ISKCON was what, BBT was what, and the monies collected were. Okay, yes. Yes, ISKCON, according to Srila Prabhupada, ISKCON is the body, BBT is the heart, and the money is collected through the book distribution is actually the lifeline of the blood. And yeah, Srila Prabhupada entrusted this most important business of publishing and distributing the books Prabhupada Sahityam Ya Prakashya Vitiryacha. Haribol. Okay. Yeah, this was in the offering from Giriraj Maharaj. He also mentions here, whenever he sees Guru, whenever Srila Prabhupada used to see Gopal Krishna Maharaj, he would say, "Where is the book? Where is the book?" And when Gopal Krishna Maharaj presented him with a new book, Prabhupada felt great satisfaction in his heart. Right, so Hare Krishna are leading. Hari Bol. Okay. Question 3. So Jayadeva Swami Maharaj, he mentions this. Among all my God brothers, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj stands out for me as an ideal of avyartha kalatvam, never wasting what? Maharaj doesn't waste any opportunity to serve, amount of time, never waste prasadam, never waste any money of ISKCON. What does avyartha kalatvam mean? Yes, avyartha kalatvam. Kala, as we say, is time. So yeah, Maharaj never waste any time. Jayadutta Swami mentions that whenever he tries to picture this in his mind, like everybody likes to hang out, take a break now and then, but he never has a picture in mind of Gopal Krishna Maharaj hanging out. So that's where he reflects that he's a perfect example of Avyartha Kalatvam, not wasting even a single moment of time without serving the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada and Krishna. Okay. Devi Murti Mataji was the fastest. Hare Krishna is still up at the top. Okay, question number 4. So which scripture quotes this particular? So this is a quote.
I can't read it from.
Oh, okay.
Very small.
Anugraha tumi mora karamahashay. Yeah, sorry about that.
That's
Should be a little more bigger.
no problem.
But yeah, the quote was Anugraha tumi mora karo mahashay. Patita pavana tumi mahakripamay. So this means, "Oh Master, please be merciful unto me. You are the most compassionate deliverer of the fallen." This is from Chaitanya Bhagavat, Madhya Khanda.
Haribol, so nice.
All right, last question for today. So how many hours per day Gopal Krishna Maharaj spends on preaching activities? 2 hours, 5 hours, 7 hours, or 9 hours? Every single day, how many hours per day Maharaj spends on preaching activities, which includes lectures, kirtans, darshans. Yeah. We can never estimate how much effort Maharaj puts, right? Yeah, 9 hours per day. That's like mind-boggling. 9 hours every day, day after day, day after day. It's even at this age, it is just incredible, out of the world. Yeah, 9 hours per day Maharaj spends. So it was mentioned by Yashovati Nandan Prabhu here. 5 hours he takes rest, out of which 3.5 hours he sleeps. Rest, he lies down. 1.5 hours for bathing, prasadam, other bodily needs. Half an hour for emails. 1 hour for japa walk. 3 hours for rest of japa, aarti, pujas, gayatris. 4 hours for travel. Even during that he chants, he talks to devotees, works on email. 9 hours per day in preaching, including lectures, kirtans, darshans, managing different projects and other functions.
which is minimum, 9 hours minimum. Just more than 9 hours easily. Even when he's lying down, like he put 5 hours here. When he's lying down, he'll be answering some emails, or someone will be holding a phone next to his mouth, and he'll be speaking while he's lying down. So even when he's lying down, he's preaching. So, yes. So, but at least 9 hours, yes.
This is
24 hours a day.
Sorry, Prabhuji.
I just said 24 hours a day. Even in his sleep, he's thinking.
Yes.
This is the new regulation for us, right? Like the 16 rounds minimum Prabhupada gave for chanting, 9 hours per day is minimum for preaching. So this is something that we should keep in mind as we go in future.
Yes.
All right, Hari Bol. So these are the winners and participants. Thank you all for participating and helping us reflect back on our reading from last week. Hare Krishna. All right. Gopal Prabhu, I'll leave the screen share to you.
Okay, Prabhu, I'll just share it here. I have it.
I'll probably just be on audio for the next 30 minutes. Thank you so much.
So, okay. So I think this is where we left off. Is this right? And the 324 Shri Vyas Puja.
Yes, that is where I had to.
Okay. Okay, so we'll start reading, and as usual, people can raise their hand, and we'll just read in that order. Sachi Mataji, you can read first. Oops.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Srila Gurudev. I cannot see. I can just see the pictures. Okay. Guru Maharaj's first Vyas Puja pictures. Oh, Jai Govindas. It was Guru Maharaj's first Vyas Puja celebration. Okay. I remember it became our newly built Vancouver temple had opened a few days earlier on Krishna Janmashtami that same year. It was also my own initiation day. H.H. Satyaswarupa Maharaj was in attendance and was glorifying Guru Maharaj. Praise by his god brother made Guru Maharaj very uncomfortable, and he is so humble. Kameshwara Prabhu was also present. He heard about the celebrations at the last minute and flew to be in Vancouver for the occasion. While highly glorifying Guru Maharaj, he related what had happened when he showed up at the airport without a passport and with very little luggage. Back then, travel between USA and Canada was relatively easy, and a passport wasn't always necessary. The immigration office became suspicious of his reasons to fly into Vancouver. Rameshwar Prabhu replied that he had come to his friend's birthday party. The officer then asked, "If you are going to your friend's birthday party, where is your present?" Rameshwar Prabhu shot back, "I am the present." The officer let him in. In the early days, Guru Maharaj and Rameshwar Prabhu were very close friends, mostly because they were both related to Srila Prabhupada's book distribution, which was most dear to both of them. Good, Prabhuji?
Yes, thank you. Yeah. Amrita Gaurangi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. When a pure devotee or spiritual master speaks, what he says should be accepted as having been directly spoken by Supreme Personality of Godhead in Parampara system, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela. I do not need any other benediction but the opportunity to hear from the mouth of your pure devotee. Srimad Bhagavatam 4:20-25. Raghava Pandita Dasa. I asked Maharaja, which is the most serious offense? Generally, I know that Vaishnava offense is the most serious offense. That is what I have learned so far. But Maharaja warned me by saying that to consider the spiritual master an ordinary human being is a catastrophically serious offense. He said, if you are not convinced of the spiritual master's position, how will you be able to follow his instructions? To disobey the order of the spiritual master is such a grievous offense that it speeds us on the royal road to hell. This is unfortunately the naked truth. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. Geeta Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Paramadas. Guru Maharaj possesses all of the 26 qualities. Being in his presence is simply uplifting. By his association, we become purified. By his example of peacefulness, steadfastness, determination, magnanimous, mild, expert, and friendly. Whenever Guru Maharaj has to attend to any service, meeting, arati, or program, he bathes before going anywhere. Example, I realized how his quality of cleanliness makes one fresh and most efficient in our service. We have been very fortunate to travel with Guru Maharaj, and whenever he arrives in Canada or Los Angeles, we are able to receive him. On one such occasion, we witnessed his quality of not desiring any respect for himself. He was completely satisfied. And after asking him for his personal comfort, he refused any extra endeavor for his personal self, only accepting what is favorable to the service of Srila Prabhupada. We held his birthday ceremony, Vyasa Puja, in our home in Vrindavan. He was very hesitant to come as he said that there should be no foot bathing. He felt very embarrassed and meek. After much pleading and persuading, he allowed all of us to bathe his lotus feet in our living room, but very shyly and humbly. His eyes filled with tears as we read our Vyasa Puja offerings to him, and then he said, "Thank you very much." Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Prema Manjari, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I'll read from the online version. Vaishnave Vijnapti from Prarthana. E baro karuna koro Vaishnava Gosai, Patita Pavana, Toma bina ke honai. O Vaishnav Goswami, please be merciful to me now. There is no one except you who can purify the fallen souls. Jahara nikate kele papa dure jay, imona doyala prabhu keba ko thape. Where can anyone find such a merciful personality whose mere audience sends all sins far away? Gangara parasa hoile paschate pavan darsana pavitra koro e tumara guna. One becomes purified after bathing in the waters of the sacred Ganges many times, but just the sight of you purifies the fallen souls. This is your great power. Haristhane aparadhe taret harinam, tomasthane aparadhe nahi paritran. The holy name delivers one who has offended Lord Hari, but deliverance is impossible if one offends you. Tomara hridaye sada Govinda visram, Govinda kohena muru Vaishnava parana. Your heart is always the resting place of Lord Govinda, and Lord Govinda says, the Vaishnavas are in my heart. Prati janme kori asa charanera dhuli, narottama koro doya apanara boli. I desire to have the dust of your holy feet in every birth I may take. Please consider Narottama yours and be kind upon him. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Radhika's iPhone. Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
so little. I can try to, yeah. Amruta Kanta Devi Dasi. Usually, we all know you and see you as a transcendental marketeer of the holy name and of Srila Prabhupada's book, as you are always engaged in preaching worldwide, meeting VIPs, securing money for Lord Krishna's cause, talking on the mobile, traveling, and the like. In the last Vrajamandal Parikrama in the year 2011, you came to join the Parikrama for a few days. At first, you came to the temple of Chaitanya Chintaharana Mahadeva, and then we followed you to Ravanareti area in Mahavan. There you spoke about the transcendental pastimes of the Lord in a very joyous mood. After all the devotees of the Parikrama went ahead for the next destination, we somehow lingered on to meet you personally. It seemed you were waiting for something. We did not realize what. After some time, you looked here and there, and then slowly and gracefully handed over your spectacles to one devotee and your sannyasa danda to another. You were surrounded by only a few devotees in saffron. However, you were still visible to us. All other devotees except a handful of us, mostly your disciples, were there. You suddenly go on the ground and started rolling in the... Sorry, Prabhu. Suddenly go on the ground and started rolling in the dust of Raja. Let's move to the other picture, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, it's...
Yeah, it ends here.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you. Such beautiful pictures here. Jai Govinda Prabhu. Wow, Jai Govinda Prabhu. This is your own memory. Please read it.
What are the odds of that?
Yes, it's amazing. We get to hear it in your own voice.
There I was, all alone with my spiritual master, bumper to bumper in the heart of Maya's kingdom. Excuse me, I have to adjust the screen a little bit. The font's a little small. Hold on. Thank you for your patience. There I was, all alone with my spiritual master, bumper to bumper in the heart of Maya's kingdom on the way to an important appointment. Fresh out of the sacrificial fire, with mixed feelings about the new commitment I just made, and not sure how to conduct myself in Guru Maharaj's presence, disaster struck. Getting a flat tire is certainly an inconvenience at any time, and many colorful adjectives can be used to describe such an occurrence. However, when you're with your spiritual master, no flat tire anywhere or any time could possibly be worse or the cause of more anxiety. That's for sure. Oh, I'm sorry. It just changed size again. I'm using the screen. The screen size keeps changing, and some of it goes off.
On my screen, it's fully there somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, it's fully there, but then it shifts. I have to adjust the size. Okay. Yeah, it just keeps jumping. Okay, I'll just... Fortunately, by Krishna's arrangement, there was a place to pull over and park. Guru Maharaj, however, was not the least bit disturbed by the situation. He even seemed pleased when I informed him I was capable of changing the tire. He could just walk to his appointment, which was close by. Suddenly, I had the intense feeling that something was wrong. The spiritual master is not an ordinary man. It is even an offense to think in such a way. He is actually the representative of Krishna. And he can even give me Krishna. He should be treated as if he were God himself. Of course, I couldn't even begin to understand what that really meant, but I knew he was a very important person, more than anybody else. So when I saw him walk off up the street all alone, it just didn't seem proper. Would the Queen walk up the avenue alone? Naturally, I felt obliged to rectify the situation. I should at least escort him to his appointment. But I was parked in a tow-away zone. But that's Krishna's pure representative. But what if the car gets a ticket, or worse, gets towed away? But what if something would have happened to my spiritual master? The car is only material, but Guru Maharaj is spiritual. But. Such is the activity of my anxiety-filled mind. Finally, I decided that nothing was more important than my spiritual master. So, as I timidly approached his side, my mind still unsettled and thinking I should have remained with the car, he turned his head and smiled sympathetically. Then, as if knowing my very thought, he spoke the most profound words I could ever wish to hear. I'll be all right, Jai Govinda. You can fix the tire. What wisdom, what fortitude, what relief. Of course, a flat tire is not normally such a big deal. It probably wasn't then. But by Krishna's mercy, I was placed in that situation and allowed to experience the transcendental anxiety and the association of my spiritual master. I pray that I may eternally be humble servant of his divine grace, Guru Maharaj, whose understanding and compassion have attached me to his lotus feet. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Prabhu, do you have any other recollection that you'd like to share on this particular passage?
Yeah, I mean, this was the Guru Maharaj's first Vyasa Puja, 1983, just after Krishna Janmashtami. And at that time, I was given the privilege. As soon as I was initiated, all of a sudden I was given a privilege to be his secretary and servant, because he didn't have, he only had one other live-in devotee at the temple at the time. I was a full-time brahmachari. So I had that real, blessing and privilege, which was very anxiety-filled, because, it's just, there he is, and I'm with him 24/7. And on this trip going downtown, it was just him and me. And it was it was a lot of anxiety in my mind. But just the way he turned and smiled and said, I'll be okay. You just, take care of the tire. I mean, looking back now, it would be a very obvious thing. Yeah, just fix the tire. Of course, now Maharaj would be surrounded by 20 people ready to escort him to the appointment. So, but yeah. And I noticed there was another one that was just written, read previously at the beginning with, at the same occasion. It was Maharaj's Vyasa Puja, his first one, 1983. I believe it was one in India the year before, because he'd just become a spiritual master. And it was the first one in North America, the first Ekadasi after Janmashtami. And that was another interesting situation, because it was his Vyasa Puja, and there was a few of us disciples, and we were kind of like expected to take care and present, to make the arrangement for the Vyasa Puja. Fortunately, there was a lot of devotees in the temple, and I specifically mentioned Rameshwar, who then was Rameshwar Maharaj, and a guru himself. Because he was really instrumental. He just took charge and helped everybody arranged for this nice preparations and nice Vyasa Puja for Guru Maharaj, and of course hearing Satsvarup Maharaj speak so eloquently and with such appreciation, and of course Rameshwar also. So they were very, very impressionable. And like I said, I was just newly initiated. So if you remember, when you're newly initiated, you're not exactly sure how to feel in front of your spiritual master. Anyway, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Wow, that's so amazing. That was in 1983. That's exactly like 40 years ago, little more than 40 years ago.
41.
41, yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Rupanuga Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you. Gurudev, you mean a lot to us. Thanks for carrying us always in your arms and keeping us away from every trouble and harm. For all the love and affection that you so freely give, and for showing us the light and the best way to live. I don't know who wrote this, but it's beautiful.
Yes.
Gurudev, you mean a lot to us. As a guru, you are a source of inspiration who constantly gives us courage and strength to face all the challenges in life. And as a father, you're there to care, love and understand in the hour of need, and always ready with a helping hand. Your love, friendship, and guidance have given us support in all hard times. And we just want you to know how much we appreciate you for giving us your mercy that we have always desired in life. You want to continue, Prabhu, or somebody else start?
Sure, those were short. Please continue.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. 10 things about Guru Maharaj you may not know. Nrsimhananda Prabhu. 1. Did you know that Guru Maharaj would very often make arrangements to travel at night so that he may attend Mangala Arati in the next city he was visiting? 2. Did you know that Guru Maharaj worked for a few years after joining ISKCON? He asked Srila Prabhupada if he could stop his job and do full time in the temple. But Srila Prabhupada told him he was a real sannyasi because he was giving all to Lord Krishna. 3. Did you know that Guru Maharaj still speaks French? He learned the language in France while studying in Paris. 4. Did you know that in 1974, Guru Maharaj was in New York and Srila Prabhupada called him to do service abroad? Srila Prabhupada at that time made him GBC of Asia. 5. Did you know that Guru Maharaj was the first devotee Srila Prabhupada sent to the former Soviet Union and East Germany? Guru Maharaj traveled there as a businessman as a part of a book fair. He got book orders from East German universities. 6. Did you know that for many years, Guru Maharaj never slept more than 3 to 4 hours at night? His meditation during Srila Prabhupada's presence was, how does Srila Prabhupada sleep so little? May I also be blessed to achieve this to serve him. 7. Did you know that in 1995, when Guru Maharaj developed some heart issue and the doctors told him to sleep more, at that time Guru Maharaj tried to increase his sleep. He was not successful as he sleeps less. 8. Did you know that during his heart issue, Guru Maharaj would rigidly perform 1 hour of yoga daily to recover? 9. Did you know that Guru Maharaj does not eat lunch before chanting his Gayatri? He does not chant his Gayatri before taking a bath. And this only happens if he has finished his morning service. Therefore, many times he eats late in order to make sure his duties are performed. 10. Did you know that many times Guru Maharaj addresses his disciples as Prabhus, which demonstrates his humility, his vision, and respect for all living entities? Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. It was very interesting. Thank you. Meenakshi Mohani Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. A prayer to Srila Guru Maharaj from all your disciples all over the world. Like Vasudev Datta, suffering from skin disease, who let worms bite his body and do as they please. You take on all our sinful reactions despite our personal care. Now please hear us, Maharaj, as we offer you our prayer. Dearest Srila Guru Maharaj, toddlers are we in spiritual life. To atone for our sins, please do not pay such a huge personal price. Your leadership, guidance, and active participation, Ocean of Mercy, are the source of our inspiration. It is only your personal aid and advice that guides and brings meanings to our empty lives. Unable are we to express our debt or gratitude through a transcendentalist of your magnitude. All glories to you, who are just like the sun, illuminating the path back to Godhead for everyone. Your ever-worried disciples all beg you and pray for your good health eternally. So beautiful. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. This is a rather short. You can read maybe a few paragraphs from this page also.
Sure, Prabhu. Rampata Das. One day, when I entered Guru Maharaj's room in Mumbai, I noticed that he was standing in front of Srila Prabhupada's picture and softly chanting the Guru Vandana prayers on his kartals. Amrit Ram Prabhu, Guru Maharaj's personal servant, entered the room with me, and both of us joined our spiritual master in the glorification of his own spiritual master. Guru Maharaj was softly singing, Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chittate Kariya Akya. As soon as we sang these verses with him, he turned to look at us and gave us a slight smile of acknowledgement. At that particular moment, both Atmaram and I felt extremely privileged and fortunate to be there with Guru Maharaj. After this special Guru Puja, Guru Maharaj chanted the Prem Dhwani prayers and said, I missed Guru Puja today, but I always like to chant the Guru Puja prayers even if I miss it. When Guru Maharaj visited us in London more than a year later, I observed the same phenomenon. While we were traveling with him in the car, he said, let's have Guru Puja now because we missed it in the temple. All the disciples in the car joined Guru Maharaj in jubilant mood as he led the kirtan. In the footsteps of Guru Maharaj, his disciples must also try and be as dedicated as he is in glorifying the spiritual master. We could make a start by ensuring that we always chant the Guru Puja prayers in the morning wherever we are situated. It may take only 10 minutes and the result would of course speak for itself. After all, the glories of the spiritual master should be broadcast to all the three worlds. Ebe Jaya Goshako Tribhuvane.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sita Kishori.
Hare Krishna. My dear Vaishnava, seeing a person like you is the perfection of one's eyesight. Touching your lotus feet is the perfection of all sense of touch. Glorifying your good qualities is the tongue's real activity, for in the material world it is very difficult to find a pure devotee of the Lord. Hari Bhakti Vilas.
Hari Bhakti Subhuti.
Hari Bhakti Subhodhya 313.2. Adi Purusha Das. Guru Maharaj was invited for a lunch by one of his Grihastha disciples, Krishna Kishore, with his wife Lata. When he came, he saw a wonderful table with plenty of lovingly arranged dishes. In a funny way, he said, "Oh, this is much too little for me. I won't be able to satisfy my hunger. Tell them they should cook more." Maintaining his legacy, Jai Govind Das. Etad eva hi sak shishay kartavyam gurunishtakam yad vai vishuddha bhavena sarvartapahan guruha. This indeed is the duty of all true disciples, to repay the debt to their spiritual master by offering him with pure hearts their wealth and even their very lives. Srimad Bhagavatam 10:8-41. A spiritual master is the best friend and benefactor who awakens all of humanity to its original Krishna consciousness. Knowledge of Krishna is such a great gift that it is impossible to repay the benefactor for such a gift. Although impossible, the spiritual master, the disciple, attempts to repay his debt by maintaining the legacy of his spiritual master, just as a bona fide spiritual master carries the legacy of his own spiritual master. Indeed, this is how the disciplic success continues. Great acharyas in our next line carry the legacy from the previous acharyas and pass it on to the next. We see a perfect example of this in Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, who carried on Srila Prabhupada's legacy of spreading Krishna consciousness.
Purushottam Prabhu, you can read now. Thank you, Sita.
Our Balaram.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dandavad Prabhu. I'll go to Prabhupada and books are the basis. From here, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you. Okay. Srila Prabhupada emphasized on importance of producing and distributing Krishna conscious literature. From the very early years of ISKCON, Prabhupada assigned Gopalakrishna Maharaj as the trustee of the Bhaktivedanta Book Trust. Since early days, seems like a screen is constantly kind of running around. Okay. In the early days, he would present newly translated and published book to Srila Prabhupada. Sorry, Prabhu, I think the screen somehow.
Yes, Jai Govinda Prabhu was also having this. I don't know. I mean, my computer is completely steady. If anyone has any advice, I can try.
Maybe you can re-share one, stop sharing once, and
okay, I'll try.
That may be.
The advice is to chant Hare Krishna and be happy.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. So he continued to distribute and inspire book distribution. His Jones lead the world in the distribution of Prabhupada's books. We carry on his legacy by continuing to do so. There are two parallel tracks, preaching and temple worship. Can you scroll a little bit down for me?
It's all on the same screen. I cannot scroll this somehow.
I know why it was happening. I think you're good. Probably my daughter took my mouse and she was scrolling somewhere far.
Oh, yes.
Now we know. Okay, sorry.
No problem.
Utility is the principle. Srila Prabhupada simultaneously built major temples in Vrindavan, Bombay, and Mayapur. He also installed and introduced a high standard of deity worship. Our beloved Guru Maharaj has built and has been the driving force behind many major temples globally, such as beautiful Radha Parthasarthi Temple in Delhi and Banke Vihari Temple in Nairobi. He continues to spearhead many other temple projects, such as huge Kurukshetra project. We maintain his legacy by maintaining deity worship and these important projects that are built to last for centuries. Do you want me to read or someone else should read?
You could read until the end of this slide.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you. Preaching is the essence. Srila Prabhupada continually struggled to bring Krishna consciousness to masses and enthuse his devotees. Similarly, Guru Maharaj continues, even in his advanced stage, to travel globally and do the same. He always reads, studies, and speaks on the basis of Srila Prabhupada's books. To hear him and see his tireless example is to see and hear a perfect representative following in Srila Prabhupada's footsteps. We carry on his legacy by preaching and following his example. Purity is the force. Srila Prabhupada was always regulated and 100% engaged in purifying process of Krishna conscious devotional service. Our Guru Maharaj also follows his example. Apart from always being impeccably clean, well-dressed, and manicured, he performs the highest standard of deity worship to his deities and the deities in whichever temple he goes. He maintains a perfect example of Krishna consciousness, moment by moment, with his body, mind, and words always engaged in Krishna conscious activities. We carry his legacy of purity by maintaining the regulative principles and activities of devotional service following his example. For the next 10,000 years, a golden age of Lord Chaitanya's mission will flourish. The foundation was laid by Lord Chaitanya himself more than 500 years ago. His legacy was continued by Goswamis of Vrindavan, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and our Guru Maharaj. We now have the opportunity and indeed the duty and privilege to carry on his legacy. All goes to Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. We have a few more people who want to read. Just two more. But I think maybe next time we'll start with you, Abhay, Mohan Prabhu, and Divya Bhakti Mataji, just because we're out of time. So we can stop here and open it for discussion. Divya Bhakti Mataji, would you like to?
Hey Krishna, thank you so much. It was always such a wonderful reading. I don't know if everybody recalls, but last time we read, so 2 weeks ago, I mentioned that I really I was struck by when one of Guru Maharaj's disciples, when Guru Maharaj was visiting, the examples he gave, that whenever he would say the pranati for Guru Maharaj, then he knew that Guru Maharaj was present, and it was evidenced by he would be saying the pranati, and all of a sudden Guru Maharaj would be there right by his side, or he was thinking, oh, Guru Maharaj isn't here, I'm so sad because I have this prasadam I made and he's not here, he's not going to make it in time, and he's probably hungry. And then all of a sudden the doorbell would ring, and he would be saying the pranati, and all of a sudden the doorbell would ring and he would be there. So after that, I was, I had been thinking, we were fasting for the last festival, and I'm thinking, like, why are we supposed to fast? I don't actually realize, I don't understand why. And so, I did my offering and of course say Guru Maharaj's Pranati. And then after I decided, I thought, okay, I'm reading. I just looked, and I'm at my daughter's, and I brought this book with me. Sorry, The Purpose of Life, and I'm reading it, and I thought, oh, I had a bookmark, and I had and I thought, oh, I don't remember what I read. I'm going to start from the beginning again. And I started reading the chapter Eternal Bliss. And as I'm reading, there's, austerities and talking about Maharaj Rishabhadev, and there's my answer. It's right here in the book. I'm getting shivers now. Guru Maharaj, it doesn't matter if he's not physically here with me, he's here with me. I just wanted to share that. I know, I sort of rambled all over the place, but just, it's incredible, absolutely incredible. Our Guru Maharaj is so potent, and he's so merciful and so kind that he always there giving the answers, always. Hare Krishna.
Oh, yes. No, you have the same experience like we have with Srila Prabhupada's books, where we have a question and then it's answered in the next few pages in Prabhupada's books, or when you open his books, he answers it. Guru Maharaj responds and connects in that same way. That's so wonderful. Thank you. Amazing. Yes. Yes. Hare Krishna, last Prabhu. Dhanavad Pranam. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, both Dono Pranam, Jai Sar Prabhupada Guru Maharaj. It's wonderful. I'm attending after a long time, but it's amazing to see all senior disciples of Guru Maharaj and God brothers and God sisters. I've been listening all, and it's been so much of realizations for me that how much we miss all these discussions about glories of Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. I can share one incident about Guru Maharaj. I called one of Guru Maharaj's assistants from Calcutta. That was in March 22. That time, my mother was diagnosed with cancer. That she was 85. So I called Guru Maharaj. I did not tell him anything, but then Guru Maharaj took the phone and he said, "Rasvilas, where are you?" I said, "Guru Maharaj, I'm in Calcutta. I'm planning to go to Vrindavan. On my way, I'm just wondering, when can I have your darshan?" So he's, okay, don't go to Vrindavan, come here. So I said, okay, Guru Maharaj. So I went to Delhi temple, and then he said, come here and stay with me. Then I went and stayed with Guru Maharaj. That was Saturday evening, like 6:30 p.m. I reached. I took bath and then went to his room and had his darshan. And then that day, Saturday, I sat outside around 8:15 p.m. also to do some seva. And somehow Guru Maharaj's telephone calls, and so he went to take rest around 9:15 p.m. And then I was doing some seva, and then he said, Rasvilas, you are giving Sunday fish class tomorrow. So said, what you can say, right? And then he said, that is also in Hindi, not in English. So I came back, Prabhu, what should I do? And then he said, Prabhu, whatever class you have given in the past, like, there will be 700 devotees. So feel comfortable, give something which we have given in the past in US. Okay. So, but then the challenge was, how to translate so many English words into Hindi. But that happened. I worked, and then next day I gave the talk, and it went fine. Then Guru Maharaj called me right after the talk. I said, oh, what did I do wrong? He just gave me, and that was Ekadasi. He called me, he said, come here. So I went to his room. So, okay, have prasadam with me. And so all I'm saying is all the story that he knew that I was distressed because of my mother's diagnosis. And even without telling him that famous thing is that, Guru, they know everything about disciples. So what is going on their heart. So he called me and he asked me to stay with him. And the next day, Sunday night, I thought that Guru Maharaj will go to take rest, maybe around 9 o'clock. So I went to his room around 9 o'clock. But that day, Guru Maharaj went to take rest a little bit earlier, around 8:45. So the room was very dark, and then nobody could see anybody. And his assistant were doing some seva. I quietly entered the room, making sure that I don't hit any table or chair. It was so dark. And I gently sat on floor, and I started massaging his feet. And after 2 minutes, and I was thinking that nobody could see me, and of course it was very dark. After 2 minutes, Guru Maharaj says, Rajvilas, you go take rest. So he knew everything. And then he said, okay, tomorrow you want to go to Vrindavan? I said, Guru Maharaj, whatever he says. Okay, take my car and go to Vrindavan. So Monday he sent me to Vrindavan. My flight was on Monday night return. So he knew everything, and so it's like fatherly love and then parental love and everything he gave me. And I was so ecstatic, and I was so relieved that I have Guru Maharaj next to me, that he didn't let me feel the absence of father and mother. So that's the realization I wanted to share. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Wow. What an amazing, and the amazing part is you didn't tell Guru Maharaj that your mother had cancer and that you're struggling. He was being so affectionate, and he could understand. He knew that. Yes. It's so amazing. I mean, and you're so dear to him. You can see. Another story that just was like yours that reminded me was in Vancouver. And probably Jai Govinda Prabhu and devotees from Vancouver may know this, but there was one devotee who came and met Guru Maharaj, and Guru Maharaj was spending so much time with this devotee. Like, he was like newer and younger, like apparently seemed like I was, just kind of visiting. And so it was almost like Guru Maharaj was giving so much special attention to him. And none of us could understand, like, Guru Maharaj generally gives like equal amounts of time to people somewhat, but this devotee was just giving. And then afterwards, the devotee tells Guru Maharaj that my wife was actually in a very bad accident, and she, broke so many bones in her body. And since that time, his wife had been, in a wheelchair. And so he was struggling so much, he was telling Guru Maharaj. But Guru Maharaj started giving him that affection even before he heard that, like before the devotee told what had happened. And he just knew that. It was like so amazing. And then all of us, we could understand, oh wow, that's why, like he knew why. That's why he was giving him so much attention, because he knew that that this devotee needed it. Like he was just caring. Like, when someone is in difficulty, we care more for them. So he's caring. So yeah, he was amazing. Yes.
Yeah, he knows everything. I mean, before that March and December also, I had a good opportunity to visit Guru Maharaj in Delhi, and went. And then I asked him, he requested Maharaj, what are instructions for me? And he just said like one line, preach and develop Vairagya. And in my personal life, I can see why he said that actually, and it is really helping us as a family also, that developing Vairagya means, just be selective in your friends, and then even parents and brothers and sisters, and it's helping a lot. And he knew beforehand, like 21st December, he said, develop Vairagya. So Guru knows everything. It's like classical examples.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Wow. Like this, please keep coming and sharing. Yes, please keep sharing. Madhu Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. That's an amazing story, Rasvilas Prabhu. You told me that before, but I'd forgotten. It's so nice to hear it again. It's nice to always hear devotees' realizations. We should all write a book, I think, a book of all of our own realizations that Guru Maharaj has given us, and I think it'll be a very, very interesting read. A couple things from this I want to comment on. Sometimes I think I forget what a great sense of humor Guru Maharaj has. He actually he's very, very witty, but he cracks his great jokes. Like he talked about how he went to this Grahastha house, and he said, oh, I want more, but this isn't enough prasadam for me. I thought it was very, very humorous. One line he always says, he probably says it every place he goes, but I always remember in Detroit, he always says, when he comes to the temple, all the people are there. He's like, he'll talk about all the material world problems. But he says, "Oh, but in Detroit, you don't have those problems, right? It's only every place else, not Detroit, I'm sure." And always everyone laughs, and I'm like this. It's the same joke, but I still love it. Every time he says it, it's amazing. The whole place starts laughing. But and the other thing I want to talk about is his humble nature. So, he talks about during his Vyas Puja, when he doesn't want his feet to be washed, but he eventually gives in to allow the devotees to relish the moment. So when I was in this most recent time when I went to India, Guru Maharaj let me go with him to this new Rohini temple before it was built. So he was actually going there to do some fundraising. So he allowed me to go with him, and I got to ride with him in his in the what do you call it, that bus or that nice car that he has. So as we're driving, he's calling the devotee, the senior devotee at the temple, and he's saying, "Make sure I can go through the back. I don't want anyone to know I'm coming. Let me get change, and then I'll come down for the program." He's like, "Yes," I hear him. He's in the speaker. Yes, Guru Maharaj, yes, Guru Maharaj, for sure, no problem. And as soon as we pull in, so this is my first time being with Guru Maharaj in India. So I've never witnessed how many people attend programs in India. I mean, North America, we think it's big, but we have nothing. In India, there's like massive amounts of people come for Guru Maharaj's programs. So we pull around this corner, and maybe it's like 500 feet for the temple. It's just wall to wall people. No, we can't even pull the car in. And I'm looking at how we can get through this. And Guru Maharaj is saying, this is exactly what I did not want. So that's his humble nature. He's like, this is exactly what I did not want. And so I'm on one side, Guru Maharaj on one side, and people are like looking through the window to see who they can see. And I felt bad because if you're on the right, if you're on my side, you got to see me instead of Guru Maharaj. So it was bad. It was bad luck for the people on that side. On the other side, they were looking in the window and seeing Guru Maharaj. It was amazing. But his humble nature was like, this is exactly what I did not want. So I'll never forget those words, and just shows his humility. So thank you, Prabhu, for letting me share. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. That was amazing. So like uplifting what you shared with us, and also just nectarian. Like Guru Maharaj, you're right. He has such a sense of humor, isn't it? He's such a like oceanic sense of humor, and so innocent, like a child. It's so sweet. So amazing. Yes. Thank you, Prabhu. Purushottam, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you. I wanted to share one of the recent experience. I'm very new disciple, maybe not a year, maybe a year old now. Last year, May, I was in San Diego, kind of new in my job, and one of the call with Guru Maharaj, he was asking, "How is your job going?" And I couldn't understand. I mean, I have a recording. I remember saying, I don't know, Guru Maharaj. It's all so many things happening. So just after a month, I lost my job, and I remember like probably he knew it, something coming, and he was like, "Well, how is it going?" So, and then I didn't reach out to him directly. Generally, we don't reach out to him for a small kind of problems. Don't want to disturb him. And then I went through a lot of kind of mental stress because of job loss, and I was on visa. I'm on visa, so kind of 60 days or go to India. What to do? Don't know exactly. So I went through it around 4 months. A lot of struggle, mentally, physically, everywhere. I was not getting any job actually because of 60 days time. So, and then I got a job. I had to move to St. Louis from San Diego. I did that. I still didn't tell Guru Maharaj about all that going on. So, and then I developed type 1 diabetes, which is like you need insulin to survive at the age of 30, 32. Generally, it's not. And I work as a scientist in medical. I know it's not expected, but they said that your pancreas is going bad. You don't have perfect beta cells. You need insulin. And I was like, what? This is too much, right? And I got a job where I had to kill animals, actually. I had to conduct experiment, kill animals on daily basis for my experiments. So, and I never did in my whole life of career. And then I was like, I should now ask what to do because I can't do this killing for my profession. So I reach out to Guru Maharaj, voice message, kind of just, I don't want to again call him, take his time, send a voice message to Dasarchar Prabhu and ask his, advice. And he said, he was very honest. Generally, people want to be very soft and, maybe a bit not going through principle, but he was like, frankly, your job is sinful and you should leave the job. And I'm like, okay, I just got a job on new visa in 6 months, and now I have to. And I was thinking to leave the job because it's all not giving satisfaction, and also my health. Doctors, weekly calling, take insulin. I was not taking insulin. I was refusing because I knew that it's my stress and all that affecting my body. So, and then he said that you can get a job. And that's what I was not getting. I was looking for. I was not getting. I was hoping to go back India because my wife was pregnant 6 months, and we can't be in US. Uncertainty, don't know what's going to happen. So I was about to quit and go back to India. And then I got this message, your job is sinful. You need to find a new job, or if you don't get in US, leave it. Come back India. And we were like, what, same thing Jan Prabhu was sharing, the tire thing, whether stay US to maintain career, go to India. It was very stressful. And I said, okay, let's do it. I planned everything, booked the ticket, planned for it, resigned the job, almost about to resign it in few weeks. And I was not hoping anything to happen. But suddenly I got a call from an old interview saying, we want to take your full panel interview and let's do it. And I did that, not hoping anything because I was just packing everything. And then it happened. I got a job, got a visa, moved to Boston. And and while all this happening, I didn't inform him much. I informed secretary. Generally, I don't disturb him directly. But then Prem Kishore Prabhu was visiting him. Prem Kishore Prabhu worked with ISS, and I worked with ISS for some project. He was visiting Guru Maharaj, and then Guru Maharaj asked him, how is he doing? And then he told him that, yes, Guru Maharaj, he moved to Boston. And he was like, he didn't inform me. But I did left a voice message to secretary. Generally, he said, Guru Maharaj is busy, don't call. So I didn't. But then he said, call him immediately. And then I got a call, but I didn't pick up the call. Then he told the message that call me back. And then I called him back, and he was like, late night around 9:30 or 10, just before sleep. And he was on the call and saying, Purushottam, how is everything? And I was feeling so embarrassed that I should have directly called him and informed him, because when good thing happened, just call, but I did not, because I don't want to disturb him again. So, and he was like, I told you, it's like a kid, someone like a very best friend. I told you, everything will be fine. You just do it. I said, yes, Guru Maharaj. And my diabetes is well. Now I don't take any medicine. All is normal. I chanted this Narsingham mantra, which he recommended, I think, January for an India project. And I was chanting thoroughly. Of course, doing my precautions, but my diabetes is normal. Everything is going well. So I was just thinking, sometimes we feel that we should not reach out to Guru Maharaj for life problem. But I feel like we should at least share with him. He feels very much pleased. He don't want to get disconnected from people, even if he may not respond, or maybe he may just say one word. And that's a strong strength for me. Like it was like my Guru Maharaj told me, I'm going to do it anyways, even if there is no result. And it works. I'm a new disciple. I was never experienced such a power of instruction in life. And I now feel like whatever he says, it will happen. It's like, I feel those words which are in scriptures kind of manifesting in my life. And I think we should definitely reach out to Guru Maharaj, whether good or bad. And he loves it. He loves hearing back from disciples. So thank you for hearing. And I just wanted to say this incident, it's around 9-month incident, happened over 9 months. And we feel so much blessed now. We don't feel fearful, like, okay, whatever happens, Guru Maharaj is there and he will do everything for us. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. So amazing what you shared. And it's a really fortunate day for the reading group that all of you, like so many people are sharing who normally don't share, right? Thank you, Prabhu, for sharing that. And it's like really touching. And you also like opened your heart and shared it with all of us. Like, you know, something so personal you shared with us. It just shows Guru Maharaj's power and your surrender to him. Like that step that you took of giving up the job, even though you didn't have another job. And then when you did that step, then immediately Krishna saw that you were fulfilling his instruction and then reciprocated. Is really amazing, Prabhu. Thank you. And Guru Maharaj's power, like how he's able to do so much, know so much things. It's like his connection with Krishna is so amazing. And just one more thing I want to add, that's very true what you say. Like if Guru Maharaj says something will be okay, then like you know it'll be okay. It's like amazing. He'll say, no, it will be okay. That's fine. Then it is actually fine. And it turns out to be amazing. Yeah. Advaitacharya Prabhu.
I think Abhay Mohan Prabhu first.
Okay, yes. Abhay Mohan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu Saranpanam. Thank you for the sharings. It was very nice to hear from so many odd brothers regarding their intimate association with Maharaj and about his words and the power of following his instructions. And for myself, I have very short interactions with Guru Maharaj, and because he has like so many disciples and so many meetings and busy, so when I generally go to Delhi to just have his darshan and just share about my status in my student life. So I always think that I will just meet him, quickly share with him, and then continue with my whatever I'm doing. So just before I came to US for my PhD, I thought I will just inform Guru Maharaj that my PhD is kind of shifting from Singapore to US. So just need your blessings like that. So I thought I will just share that and leave like that. So I was when I shared that, so I said like I explained that, and then it said then Maharaj was asking what is your plan for today or something. So I said I'm planning to go to Vrindavan, and so Guru Maharaj said, no, you should spend more time with your guru. And so I was really taken aback hearing that. So I was thinking he's so busy, how will I be able to spend time with him? But I somehow then I tried to delay my trip to Vrindavan. And actually he was also planning to travel to US the very next day. It was in August last year. So I just kind of delayed my trip by about maybe one day or just from morning to evening. So I will leave after he goes to US. And it was very from the morning, since he said like to try to spend more time, so I didn't know how to spend more time, because I don't know how his services and all are there, his duty worship service in the morning and all. But I just tried to go there, and I just spoke with his servants that Maharaj has said this, so what should I do? So they just said you come in the morning and see how can you serve or contribute somehow like that. So I came during the chanting time, and so Maharaj saw me that I come during the chanting time. So he said, look, you don't chant here, you chant in the temple. So okay, I went there, chanted my rounds. Then I and then I and then I came after finishing the chanting during, I think, Guru Puja or something. So then he saw me, he said, okay, now you go and attend the class. Then and then come back. So I attended the class. Then after class, I came back, he was not there. So he was maybe taking some rest or prasadam. Then his servant said, maybe you go and take prasad, then come back, like that. So I took prasad, then I came back, and so then maybe during the afternoon time, he said, okay, now so he was also kind of planning to leave back up for US and all. So he just kind of asked me to share whatever I wanted to share. Again, I informed that I'm planning to go to US and all, need your blessings. And he said, yeah, how did you find your day-to-day morning, spending your time here along? So he kind of expressed gratitude to him, that thanking him that for allowing me to regularly see him. And he was kind of instructing me at every step, what should I do, which I never expected would happen, that I would get this blessings of meeting him regularly and he would instruct me, do this. And so I was very grateful to him for being giving his association also instructions, what should I do, on a very momentary basis, not a long-term instruction. And then he's kind of said, now if you can feel free to go for Vrindavan, but yeah, try to spend more time with your guru whenever you can, like that. So I was very grateful to hear that. And second time also, it repeatedly, like during the December month, when I came back to India for a short visit, so I again went via Delhi, and again the same thing. I just thought that I will meet him and go back to my home, Bombay. But he was not there actually in Delhi, and he was planning to come to Bombay maybe next week or so. So I thought maybe I'll meet him in Mumbai only. So I came in. I went to Juhu to see him in the morning, and I thought I will meet him and see him, take his darshan, and leave in afternoon, like that. So again, similar thing happened. So he said, so now you stay till the evening time. When I went to meet him, you stay till evening, then go in the evening. So again, it was like that. He wanted me to spend more time with him, with his dear servants and dear, like, so again, I got an opportunity to spend more time with his servants and speak to them and hear from them about the glories of Guru Maharaj. And then in the evening, I took his darshan and left. So I am very grateful for him, for his qualities of trying to help me develop more connection with him. But I don't have the desire, but he's kind of helping me cultivate that desire to develop more attachment for him and giving time, which I never thought that he would be giving because of his busy schedule and so many responsibilities. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. And it's just amazing. Your Guru Maharaj he feels he can do more. He can give more mercy than Vrindavan Dham. And that's why he says, come to me. And he can, right? He can actually make us understand Vrindavan. And very interesting that you mentioned that Guru Maharaj told you go to the temple and chant, because he gave me the same instruction. You tell him, if you want to chant, go to the temple and chant. Go to the temple and chant. And to this day, when I chant in the temple, I always do better chanting, like to this day, because he was his instruction. And it's amazing he gives us that instruction. Very, very personal, very uplifting. Advaitacharya Prabhu.
Yeah, I think this is very nice, what you call realization from Purushottam Das Prabhu and also Rabbi Mohan Prabhu. Thinking back, that Guru Maharaj always likes to inspire the new devotees. Not that he does not care about old devotees also. Some old devotees also he cares more than new devotees, based upon Guru Maharaj knows who needs more help. So he is always very, very inspiring to the young devotees who has, Guru Maharaj sees that somebody has some interest or not. And Guru Maharaj definitely helps to promote or inspire those devotees. Because when he says that spend time with me, Guru Maharaj used to say a long time ago, still I think telling, that please be in contact with your Guru Maharaj. You write it. Even though he does not read it or not, he says, if I don't read it, but still, please keep on writing. So if you keep on writing, if you're texting, of course, not necessarily that Guru Maharaj can sit down with you for 12 hours, but he's telling us that yes, you can spend time with him in his vicinity. You're serving with his devotees. And I think that is the most important lessons to learn for the newcomers, those who are new devotees. They should really try to write a letter regularly. Guru Maharaj will definitely get reciprocations from that. Also, when sometimes from USA we visit to India, he knows where is our priority. And Guru Maharaj will always tell us that see him and spend time with him. Even though you do not have what you call 24 hours association, but he just guide us. He knows that what is the really needed things. So rather going to visiting different temples, rather than spend time with Guru Maharaj if it's possible, then he will tell you, go there or go or do not go. So those things are very important. When Purushottam Das Prabhu has mentioned about that to accept the job and the animal killing, right? Guru Maharaj is not going to say, well, that which you like it. He will tell you exactly what you need to do. Of course, I really admire that he asked Guru Maharaj's permission, because if he says, don't do it, and if he does it, it's Guru Aparad. So I think it's a nice thing that, yes, you ask Guru Maharaj, be prepared to do it. Otherwise, don't just ask. So that's my suggestions.
Yes, Rose, it's so true. Yes.
Actually, I was just, if you allow me to interject.
Yes, Rose.
Thank you. Thank you, Aditya Prabhu. I just wanted to add, generally it is a culture to reach out to our God brothers, senior God brothers, and or our counselors to ask for advice before we go to Guru Maharaj, because we don't want to go for small things and asking what to do. And I did that. I did reach out, but as devotees are very kind and they understand the problem, they said, maybe you continue doing it. Guru Maharaj says things like that, but you can still, adjust things and do for some time. And don't look for job. You just focus right now. You are new in job. And maybe, Guru Maharaj says so many things, but everything is not doable. But I was in very much dilemma that, how can I do that? How I can allow that to happen, right? And then I was in this dilemma, and I knew this principle that, killing animals for my own profession is not, I can avoid it, all right, but there is no chance of avoiding it. You have to do it, part of the job, or lose the job. And that's where I thought, okay, let's reach out to Guru Maharaj now, because this is like, it's a very tricky thing. And I could normalize it and, continue my life. And also pressure from other family members, and it could kind of allow one to compromise on principles. But when Guru Maharaj said, it is sinful, frankly, it is sinful. This is the word, 3 words. Frankly, your job is sinful. You should leave it. And I okay, now it's clear.
He says, frankly, it's very, very common words, Guru Maharaj sometimes we don't really get clear message.
Yeah.
Then it's up to us to decide what we want to do it or not.
Yes.
Whenever Guru Maharaj uses frankly, it's very, very important.
Yes. So yes, that was a power, and still I was not believing. It's my less faith, but then when things happen in life, it becomes lifetime message. I can now tell to any God brother, anyone going through it, hey, please just reach out to Guru Maharaj, and whatever he says, it will work. And thank you, Prabhu. Mataji.
Yes. There's actually one place I was reading, Prabhupada was saying that when the spiritual master gives advice, even in material things to the disciple, so-called like material, like it's the case in your job or someone's marriage or profession, then that helps, that becomes a catalyst in one's bhakti, because giving that thing up or accepting something becomes an act of surrender to the spiritual master. Like I know some disciples, they told me actually that Guru Maharaj would also get, like give advice in terms of marriage, like Prabhupada used to. And one devotee, he was literally sitting at the Yagya Kund for his wedding. And he told his servant, go and tell him he shouldn't get married to this girl. And he pulled him off from the marriage. So he brought him to Guru Maharaj. He said, no, you should not marry this girl. It won't be good for your spiritual life. I told you to marry a devotee girl. And the disciple canceled it on the spot. He canceled it. So his it's very deep, and one or two things, like one thing particularly, like Guru Maharaj once told me, I didn't follow it, and it's like it brought so much grief in my life. And then you realize, oh my gosh, like okay, this person, there's something in him, like if I don't take it seriously, it brings, like he knew and he was telling me something, I should have listened. So
one more thing about Guru Maharaj's instructions, sometimes we ask some questions and he will tell you, then leave up to you to decide. It does not say really clear message, You have to understand what was his mood behind it. That's you have to try. Sometimes we misinterpret his instruction also, because whatever we want to like, we like it or we want to do it. So I think it's a little bit of tricky things also to understand sometimes. And the second thing about that, yes, when Guru Maharaj gives instructions, I'm sure there's lots of reason behind and a lot of benefit behind, but we don't see it. And that happens to many of us. He tells us not to do and we do it. So
yes,
really amazing how he knows everything about it, how he guides us. It's amazing.
Yes, Prabhu. There's one time Guru Maharaj said, actually, he said that I give my advice and then I tell them what to do, because I tell them it's up your choice, because he said, if you don't follow the instruction of the spiritual master, it has consequences, like it has serious consequences. So that they don't disobey my instruction, I leave it up to them. Like you're saying, but his indication, what he's leaning towards, is very significant, because that's what he wants, isn't it? But and that's what one has to read in the lines, like, okay, that's what Guru Maharaj wants. He's not saying it directly, because if I don't follow it, then there'll be a reaction.
One more point for the new disciples when they get guidance from senior disciples, and we have to be very careful, senior disciples also, because sometimes if they're not strong in Guru Maharaj's philosophy, then he can misguide junior also. In that situation, it's better to talk to Guru Maharaj directly.
Yes.
Prabhuji, I would like to share one story.
Okay, last one, and then we will end. You will end with your story, Prabhu. Thank you.
Prabhuji, whenever Guru Maharaj comes in Toronto, I was always interested to call him to my house for dinner, but he would not come to have the dinner unless I have a program in my house. So I usually have the program whenever he comes to Toronto. So it is, I think it's a story in October 93. So he usually come to the program little late, 15 minutes, sometimes hour late or something. But on this particular day, I don't know how he came 2-3 hours before the program. So he come to my house and then he take a shower. And after shower, he take a little rest. And then he says, Khatwanga, I want to go for a walk. I say, okay, Guru Maharaj. So he have Janardhan Maharaj with him. So they decided to go for a walk. As soon as he was walking out the door, then he feel little cold. So he said, Khatwanga, you have some gloves for me? I said, Guru Maharaj, but believe me, just before he come to my house, I bought a new set of gloves for him, which I was intending to give him after when he was going to leave from my house. And then he asked me, he said, Khatwanga, you have some gloves? I say, how he knows that? So I pick up the gloves which I supposed to give him. I cut off the string, I give to him, and then he wear those gloves and walk outside. But I was surprised, like how he knows that I have bought a gloves for him, and then I'm going to give to him, and he asked for those gloves before I could give him. So, and then after he went, he take those gloves. Of course, I couldn't give him any used gloves because I have to give him new gloves. And then he take the gloves, and then I couldn't believe it. After 1 year, he came back to my house again. He says, Khatwanga, those gloves you gave me, I used that one in Russia, was very warm and very nice. I say, after 1 year, how he could remember that, So it is something amazing. Like he knows, like I was going to give him gloves.
Viral or Viral Patel.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, that is it.
Dandavat Pranam. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Wow, that is amazing. We should add this to some book. It's a miracle. All these, actually, today the ones that we heard is just like so amazing from beginning to end. Thank you, Prabhu. Amazing, really. Thank you. Jagannath Priya Prabhu, any final announcement, and then we'll end. Just you can.
No, we're working on the Google form like we mentioned last week during Jananda Maharaj's class. So we'll send that out in some basic instructions, and then we'll go on from there. Hopefully next 1 or 2 days. Yep.
Wonderful. Okay.
And
Okay.
as everyone heard, Guru Maharaj is planning to come, Krishna willing, if his health allows. So we all, try to participate. Okay, thank you. We'll end the call.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Thank you so much. Wonderful. Thank you. Wonderful sharing. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.